A shocking twist today in a South Bay courtroom. A former teacher of the year accused in a sexual abuse case changes her plea.
The National City teacher accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a former student. She made a video appearance before a judge today.
The former teacher admitting and confessing that she had a relationship with two of her students, an 11-year-old boy and a 12-year-old.
A Californian teacher of the year, sobs as she admits to sex crimes with students. That's how she won Teacher of the Year. Obviously, a Californian teacher sobbed in court as she admitted to sexually abusing her student. Jacqueline Ma, 35, a big old cougar, has been in custody since she was first arrested at Lincoln Acres Elementary in San Diego in 2023. Prosecutors claimed that she had engaged in sexual relationships with two students. How good, Ben? Don't you love it when two? Yeah,
two.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Double dipping.
No, it's not, because they were 11 and 12. 2 months before her trial was due to take place, Ma changed her plea to guilty on 2 counts of lewd acts with a child under the age of 14. So she's a pedophile. She had also admitted to lewd act involving a second child and another count of possessing material containing a minor engaging in or simulating sexual conduct. So she's a big old pedo. A baggy-eyed Ma sobbed heavily alongside her attorney, letting out a low guilty as the charges were read out. In 2022, the former 6th grade teacher at Lincoln Acres Elementary was one of 5 educators named as Teacher of the Year. Well, I guess it's a good way to secure votes, allegedly. Just 7 months after receiving the award, she was then arrested after the parent of the 12-year-old reached out to police to report a suspected inappropriate relationship. So there she is there. Now, I think, and I may be wrong here, if they weren't 11 or 12 and they were 16, 17, not as big of an issue.
I think we can all agree to that.
I think we can all agree to that, because she's not, a glamour, but she's certainly not. Well, she's what, a 4, a 5, maybe? Like, if you were 17 years old and you towed up your 35-year-old teacher, you'd be pretty pleased. But what a downfall. Like, to go from Teacher of the Year. She's the best teacher, and now she's a pedo. I wonder what that does to someone if they do have to get sucked off, allegedly, by a 35-year-old teacher at 12 years old. Oh, she professed her love for the boy. Oh, you're a fucking psycho. The outlet reported that the child also wrote, "Sometimes I think you don't understand that I'm still a kid." Oh. Fuck, and this is my only real relationship. You're a fucking monster, you.
How would you feel at 11 or 12 if your teacher cracked onto you?
Well, when I was 11 and 12, I had the same teacher for 2 years. He was a male. He really had really hairy legs, so I wouldn't be keen. But if he had a wax, I'm down. I'm DTF, I believe, is the term the kids are using these days in classrooms everywhere. I think it would really fuck with people over the long period of time. I think that would really affect any kid, and the people who do that to not just boys, but to, as a female doing it to a boy, but as a man doing it to a woman, is just as bad. And maybe societally we look at it differently, but thankfully the courts don't. Or at least they shouldn't, and this lady should go away.
No one was expecting this morning, but it happened. The former teacher admitting and confessing that she had a relationship with two of her students, an 11-year-old boy and a 12-year-old.
Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Through tears, Jacqueline Ma making a stunning admission.
Guilty.
The dramatic turn of events happened Wednesday morning inside a Chula Vista courtroom.
Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Mississippi lawmaker introduces Contraception Begins at Erection Act. The bill, which is unlikely to pass, that's a shame, would make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent to fertilise an embryo. Right. So that means no more wanking. Mississippi Senator Bradford Blackmon, I think that's a type of Pokemon, a Democrat, introduced a bill this week that would seemingly ban men from masturbating or engaging in other sexual acts when they have no intent to fertilise. Can you squirt?
Well, I don't think that's genetic material.
Right, it's just P.
Yeah, it's just P.
Very good.
Indeed.
The bill titled the Contraception Begins at Erection Act would make it unlawful for a person to discharge genetic material without the intent of fertilising an embryo. I've actually made it against the law in our house for that to happen. It includes exceptions for sperm donation and using contraception. So you can wear a condom and do it. So you can jerk off with a condom.
Oh, you just can't let it fall on the ground. Or
Yeah.
you got to save it.
If it
What do you
hits
gotta
the
do?
ground, it's over. You
Yeah,
go
right.
straight to jail.
So it's like a game of keepy-ups.
Yeah, you got to like sort of get underneath it. It's like the floor is lava for your sperm.
What can you do with it once you, like,
You got to lick it up.
you got to go put it in someone?
You gotta
Or,
go,
like, once you got it in the condom,
oh, you got to take it to the police station and they'll
hand it into a infertile...
what you can do is like,
Or hand it into a Catwoman.
you know with like the finger of a glove, you can shoot a rock out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
You put it in the
like that.
freezer and you shoot it at homeless people.
Yeah, right.
The bill introduced Monday would impose fines for $1,000 for a first offence, $5,000 for a second, and $10,000. That's, you know what? There are dudes out there, a lot of dudes, that are so into jerking off that they would do that anyway.
I'd owe $16,000 today.
That's
Just saying.
that's 3 wanks.
That's 3 wanks.
You know what I've never understood? The sock under the bed. Is that a thing? Benny, you would have done that. The old sock under the bed, the cum sock.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
absolutely.
What is that? What does that mean?
Oh, it's just to clean yourself off with.
Ah, I thought you were supposed
You
to.
don't fuck the sock.
I thought you were supposed to jerk off into the sock.
Probably. But it's like, it's essentially a cum catcher.
So apparently, it's not going to go into law, but it's very interesting to know that this is maybe. Oh, I understand what's going on here. He's doing this because of all the states that are banning abortion.
Yes.
So he wants to have a law come into play that says that once you get an erection, then that's illegal, basically. He's basically fucking with them.
Trying to put the onus on men.
Trying to put the onus on men, which I think probably happens a little bit too much. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot of people that say that men should take birth control rather than women. And I think birth control for women is not good. It's a very bad thing. I know it does the job, but it also affects them greatly. And we as men should at least pretend to care. But when the onus comes back on us and they say, oh, men should take birth control, as if you should, in any world, trust a man to take a pill every day. Like, that's not happening. We jerk off until our foreskins fall apart. We can't be trusted when it comes to anything sexual, all right? Let me rephrase that. We can't be trusted when it comes to things of a medication for a sexual nature. And I don't think what old mate's trying to say here is going to help the conversation. It just sort of directs the laughing stock back at him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the Down Under Show today. My name's Isaac Butterfield. It's a pleasure to have you all with us.